Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So excited today. We were talking about Agric and my name is Ola and I'm a personal finance fitness blog. Let's do this. So basically, which is Nigeria, the price of one tuber of yam, the same tuber of yam is different depending on where you're buying it from, depending on the state, depending on the town. So if you are further away from the center, from the urban areas, it is much cheaper. And the reason it's like that is because there's a lot of logistics, there's a lot of story that goes into that pricing, and there's just that urbanization part where people just put a premium because it's Lagos or Abuja, because the economy is more buoyant in those places. So some guys came up with this idea to crowdfund agriculture, and it was good for the farmers and it was good for everyone. And they started off with really high rates, really high rates. You get 20% for 7 months of investment. It was really good, and it is really good. And what we found is that the idea was innovative a couple of years ago, but now everybody is doing Agric. Everybody just wakes up, builds an app, and say they are funding some farm somewhere or the other. And of course, if you're in Lagos, for example, and someone is funding a farm in Nasarawa State or in Gombe, there's no way for you to verify. And so we just go based on trust. But is it good to invest in Agric? Definitely. As an investor, I am looking at it from the viability of the investment. And I think Agric in itself is good to invest in. Why? Number one, people will always eat. Two, manufacturing companies will always need raw material. Number three is that we are still archaic in our agricultural methods, so there's a lot of room for growth. And number four is that the government is backing Agric and they're creating policies back to back to further the cause of local farmers and local production. Right, and so that's really good. So in terms of Agric in itself and the idea of investing in anything agriculturally related, I would support it. Yes, go for it. However, the way they're structured right now, there are a lot of problems, especially for those who are going through the crowdfunding approach to investing in Agric. One, the first thing is this: somebody creates an app, right? You just see an app or you see an ad, it looks fancy, right? And they tell you that their farmers are in Gombe. You can't find the farm. Even you are in Lagos, for example, somebody says the address is in Ijesha and you live in Lekki. You can't even drive from Lekki to Ijesha to verify that address that is really in existence. That is one problem. You really do not know who you are giving that money to, apart from a couple of them that started, right, and gained the right visibility and were recognized in the right places. Apart from those ones, most of them that we know these days and that are paying and are giving those high rates, we don't really know if they really exist. Another thing also is that Agric in itself is very risky. I buy kale from a lady, and she was supposed to deliver kale to me on a Friday, and she just delivered the sweet corn and other things. She has like a greenhouse farm here in Lagos, and she delivered every other thing I ordered for apart from the kale. And I sent her a message, "Oh, my kale, what's happening?" And she was like, "She'll deliver it by Tuesday." And then on Tuesday she sent a message that grasshoppers ate up all the kale, and so there won't be any kale. And that's just a reality. And I mean, I've been buying kale from her and some things for almost a year now. It has never happened, right? But it did happen that one time, right? Even the ones that were still tiny and would have been the next batch to sell, everything gone, she has to start again. That is how Agric can be if something goes wrong. Now, the question on the back of that is that these guys that you are crowdfunding that farm for, right, if anything goes wrong with that farm, do they have capital to pay you back? Right, what capital is that they have some money sitting down idle somewhere, and if anything goes wrong they draw on that to pay you back? Do they have that? The way they are structured right now, there's even no way for you to know if they can pay or not, because nobody knows who they are. there's no regulation is behind on this. There's no come and register your Agric tech company. There's nothing of that in existence right now. So you're really on your own. Now, do I invest in Agric? Yes, I do. Or yes, I did. So for me, I did a lot of Agric last year. But the only thing I considered was if Agric company is insured, I can put my money as long as the rate is fantastic. The higher the rate, the better, as long as it is insured. And I did that. But what I did was, if the company says that they are insured by this company, this particular insurance company, I sent an email to that insurance company. Please, can you confirm that you cover Agric produce with this particular company? And the ones that responded to me in the affirmative, I put my money in peace. But what I was doing was, for each announcement or each new farm opening, each of those emails that come, I go and check the clause. Are you still insured by this person? There was one of them also that I noticed that at the point they were saying they were insured, next thing they stopped saying it. And so I noticed, so you have to check the clauses, you have to check those terms, you have to read the fine print, because the fine print can be where your money is going to. You have to read it. And so that thing stuck in my head. Every new farm opening, check that there was insurance. And now you would not believe it, that there was one particular Agric company that I was investing in, and they said who their insurance company was. I confirmed their insurance company. And so sometime last year, there was one that came up. I just had spare cash in my account. It wasn't much, but you were like, okay, if I leave this money here, I might end up spending it. Let me just put it in this thing. And I put it in, and you won't believe it, I got a notice of default. Yes. And I'm like, how can you be notifying me that you're defaulting? Are you joking? Didn't you people say you're insured? That's how I went to go and check the terms. Apparently, out of all the investments I had done with them, this was the only one that did not have that term. And because it was a back and forth in my mind, I didn't really go through the terms. I just said, okay, it's not much. I just moved it to them. And that was the one I got notice of a default from them on. So that shows how key that insurance part is, because it's not their fault. It doesn't mean that they don't want to pay you back. But if something, okay, that's one. It might mean they don't want to pay you back. But then if for the legit ones who are trying to run an honorable business, if something goes wrong and they can't pay you back, they can't pay you back. And you have to understand their hustle. But then don't, me that I'm working, don't let me not gather money and then I'll go and put it on the line of your hustle. Look out for insurance. Insurance is key. Agric without insurance is craziness. Like, you can't do that. You just can't. I beg you. Don't be following my channel and be doing things like that. Agric without insurance, it makes no sense. What do you know that they are doing? Yeah, that's one. Then two, how do you even know that is a real company? The fact that an insurance company has identified them means that they actually exist. Means that an insurance company has gone to check and they know that they are real. Do you understand? So it even legitimizes that business, that the fact that some company can actually agree to insure them, because insurance companies, they don't joke, because I mean, think about it. If you pay 100k premium and then for a car, and then the car gets totaled and they give it back 2 million, is that profit or loss for them? It's loss now. They took a bet that nothing will happen to your car, but something happened and they had to pay the full 2 million. Do you know how many 100k that you have collected to pay that 2 million back to you? So think about subjectively. Insurance companies, they think a lot before they give cover. So the fact that the company has insurance is actually one thing to tick and say that this company is actually real, right? But you have to check the terms, because insurance premium can expire. And once insurance premiums expire, they have to take that clause, insured by, out of it, right? And if they take it out on you, it might go well, but if something goes bad, you are on your own. There's nobody to hold. Nothing is going to happen. Yeah, they will go to bed, they will sleep, because as they are faceless and nameless to you, you are faceless and nameless to them. Just an account number. Yeah. So we have to think about these things objectively. And do not forget that there are two things you can't outsource: your health and your finances. So you have to engage. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, bye, bye.